Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more! Hearts of Iron 4, Man the Guns, playing as the new British Empire. We are waiting for the tag switch at this point. All of my dominions accepted my charters of federation in the Imperial Conference, and I assume once their autonomy gets nice and low, something will automatically switch over and we will be able to annex every single one of them and become the grand new superstate that is the Imperial Federation. I would still like to annex things like King George's land and stuff by the time I'm done. I mean, there's a lot of little things we could be building out here, I guess. I don't know. It just feels like it would be kind of nice to just own all of North America for the sake of the border war by the time we finish things. But that's not the top priority. Most important thing is that we're fighting Spain right now, and we are preparing a naval invasion of Japan. So how long until we can do our naval invasion? A while. It's still going to be a bit before we can do anything over here. So we have a lot of land to clear out. Still working on Spain, bit by little bit. What happened over here? I turned my gaze for just a moment, and apparently we got a surrounded on Zaragoza. I mean, that seems great. I'm happy about that. Sure. Yeah, Spain I don't think is going to last too long, honestly. They do not appear to have been too prepared, which is perfectly fine with me. So there's the medium batteries and stuff. We could go for dual-purpose batteries, just go for upgrades, all this stuff. Damage control, reduce the odds of getting critical hits. Better battleships and battle cruisers and stuff, that all could be nice. Better light attacks for pretty much everything. A lot of this just seems good in general. Yeah. Yeah, I think that there is a serious draw to investing in a proper modern fleet now since Man the Guns came out. It's just how are you going to make that work exactly? Wait. I didn't want to do this. No, hang on. Hang on. Forget Britannia rules the waves. We can actually switch this out. We want to do Imperial Federation. What's the problem here? India. One of the following must be true is an integrated puppet. You're not an integrated puppet? Oh, well, that kind of messes things up a second. Hang on a minute. How did you stop becoming an integrated puppet? Sure enough, you're not. You're a colony. Well, I don't like that at all. Okay, hang on. So I apparently have to spend some time reducing the autonomy of India before I can do any sort of tag switch. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I'm going to have to find other ways to try and reduce their autonomy. That's going to be cool. But anyway, all right, well, I'll figure that out. Let's go ahead and do some jump cuts because I don't want to spend forever worrying about getting into Japan. So we're just going to keep pressing along all this. I will jump back the next time something really interesting happens. Okay, atomic research is finished, which means now we can start working on the nukes. We're a little bit behind time on what we could have gone for there. I don't anticipate we're going to get to use the nuke. It's going to take almost a year to research. At which point, then we can build the nuclear reactors, and then we have to research atomic weaponry. So it's going to be at least another year or two in-game, probably 2 or 3. Before we would even be able to use nukes if that's what I want. So I'm going to do my darndest not to rely on them. Fun though it is to purge your foes in a cleansing conflagration, debatably is just not worth my time at this point. Okay, so everything else is more or less looking pretty good. So it is 1944. No new tech we need there. No new tech we need over here. We could research a new fighter, the Spiteful. Could also research a lot of different hulls. Though at this point in the game, I'm not sure how much benefit we get from that. I guess a little bit of extra anti-air wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I suppose we could do rocket artillery. We could even go for the Comet medium tank with the intention of eventually working toward that Centurion. But again, I'm not really sure that I'm going to get to do any of that. So instead, we're going to go for the soft attack for our infantry, just make everyone a little bit better at their jobs. We're also researching the advanced landing craft, which should make things a little bit easier for our naval invasion as long as we end up getting enough naval support to guarantee that we can get in there. Well, this is a little bit of awkwardness. Who encircled whom exactly? It's like a little Spanish donut. I mean, I've been encircled, sure, but they ain't got no supplies either, so they can't do anything about it. All right, good, yes. So this means that Spain is basically on their last legs. What the heck is happening over here? We don't have, like, any troops actually enforcing this area, too. All right, well, I'm sure Germany would be happy to finish it. Oh, I don't even have a front line anymore. Right. I haven't been telling them to continue with this assault. We'll tell you what, just push towards Seville. I'm sure you'll figure it out along the way. Oh, goody, and the Americans are arriving in Galicia just in time to assist with the final push into the sea. I love it. And Venezuela capitulated. Thank you, King George's land. They've actually been pretty good as a vassal so far. I've been relatively impressed. We are debatably getting ourselves into a really sticky situation over here, and probably ought to be a bit more careful. But at the same time, balls to the walls, let's frickin' go for it. Get Seville. And there goes nationalist Spain. Mass capitulation, boom. Beautiful. So I still have some land down here in Morocco and northern Africa that we are going to need to deal with, but otherwise, looking pretty solid. So I guess now, since we have these armies over here with nothing else to do, is a good time to go ahead and start preparing for our eventual invasion of Italy and Romania. Don't think I've forgotten about them. I most definitely have not. What do we got up over here? Hello, my mechanized and stuff are done. That's beautiful. A whole nother army that I can take advantage of. I am not sorting these guys by field marshals, like, properly at all, and I fully acknowledge that this is the case. Let's set up another front line over here. And what I'll actually do is have yellow stand back, and they will be a fallback option, so I don't drain all of my supplies, but I also make sure that Italy will not be able to counter-push very much at all. All right, at this point, it looks like the last of the troops are getting on board over here. For some reason, these guys... Oh, wait, no, they actually can go now. We were able to reserve some convoys. All right. We were having some trouble with that. So what I did is I took the main navy and I split it into 2 groups, so we will be able to escort both. Here's hoping we don't run into a whole mess of Japanese submarines that I can't detect and actually sink properly. But if we just overwhelm them with sheer numbers, I mean, maybe we'll be okay. We did finish the next level of amphibious, what's it called? Naval craft or something like that. So those are done. All right, let's go ahead and launch both and pray that this actually works. Off they go with a pretty large navy with rather outdated equipment. I mean, the British Navy has seen better days, most definitely. And, well, it found some troops, but so far, not much in resistance. All right. That was easy. Go to Nagasaki. You guys go to Kokura. You guys try to get across the strait as fast as you can before Japan can get any sort of resistance in position. The good thing about fighting Japan is oftentimes they don't put a lot of effort into protecting the main islands if they are still fighting somewhere else. It looks like we actually are still landing some more troops, so that's not even done yet. Kagoshima, okay, we'll go up over here. So this is actually going to be very easy. Where's the rest of your navy then? So now what do I do with these guys? I guess I will tell both of them to go on patrol. Aha, we found something. He does have ships over here, but we haven't actually found them yet. That's where this whole locating thing comes in, and I'm only kind of realizing just how important this is. I think a lesson that I've learned, and you haven't seen every naval engagement on camera since I've been doing these jump cuts, but something I have learned is sub-detection is phenomenally important. And I think that I have grossly underestimated its importance as I have been experimenting with some of this new features in Man the Guns. You guys try to get to Hiroshima, or Hiroshima, however you're supposed to say it. I don't know. Ha! There we go. He's trying to deploy some troops down here. Okay. We knew it had to happen eventually. And there they freaking are. You guys, seriously though, your front lines are being derpy by default, and I don't like it. Your divisions, all of you, are going to get assigned over here ultimately. I still would like you guys to try to go for some sort of straight crossing before he's able to get much in the way. You guys are definitely going to cross over here and try to get to Nagoya and Tokyo if you can do that. Let's see. I do want to make sure I send one of you guys to just go pick this off real quick, though. All right. So you guys, seriously, were supposed to go this way, and you just ignored me, which I'm a big fan of that. I love it when people just ignore what I tell them to do. And, okay. Turns out they are fighting pretty hard to protect these straits. So it's almost as if they know that if I am able to punch through these straits, then they are going to die. But, can we get across just one? Just one is all I need to get onto the mainland. Well, the main island. And then I can obliterate. That's all I'm looking for there. Okay, we were able to get across. Perfect. So now, I'm going to send some of you here. and some of you here. Let's go ahead and split that. Half of you go there. Entrench like heck. No, 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 no. Ah, no, 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 no. I need you guys to stay exactly where you are until we have reinforcements. Thank you very much. I know, I know. You want to go to the front line that I assigned for you. That makes sense. But the answer is still no. Entrench here, by God. All right, fine. We're just going to go ahead and give you a front line. I didn't want to do it, but we're going to do it. Just going to give you a front line. Boom. Okay, now they can't go anywhere. Looks like we're not going to be able to get across over there. Can we go for some sort of a cutoff right here and split their forces? Possibly. Nope. Not there. How about over here? Can I pin you down? Not for very long. Okay. We'll get him. The important thing is we are on the island. So it feels like it should be only a matter of time. We are also almost done getting India down to a reasonable amount of autonomy. So you should be down to the 0 I'm looking for now, right? Yep, there it is now. It's glowing. Spend 50 points. It is now a colony. Oh my gosh, I have to go a long dang way to turn these guys into proper integrated puppets. Oh, this is going to take forever. But the good news is now we actually can construct things in India, so we're just going to build the crud out of them with infrastructure and forts and air bases and all sorts of beautiful things. We can speed this process up, but holy crud, this is going to be a bit. Well, it looks like we were able to actually pull off a small cutoff, which means he's got pretty much no supplies coming in Hiroshima. So we should be able to pretty quickly obliterate him, especially if we can get any sort of a surround in on him. Secure the Imperial shipping routes is done. Improved infantry equipment is done. Still not going to be able to go for the Imperial Federation until India is an integrated puppet, so that's going to be a while. Yeah, not really sure what else to work on. I guess maybe some air rearmament or something? Sure, why not? And while we're at it, let's go ahead and research the Spiteful, so they can research the British spite against these Japanese. Because for freaking heck, they've been taking way too long to conquer. Know when you're beaten. So once we are done with Japan, what's really left? Tag switch. I think we are going to end up justifying a war goal against Communist China. We're already kind of here. And it would be kind of nice just to knock them out of there. I don't like that the Communists still exist. You never know. They might try to form a new Soviet Union of sorts. So we should just get rid of them all entirely. And then, of course, Italy and Romania are going to remain. Anything else? No, not especially. I think it's just about going to be about integrating the rest of my subjects. Well, we just kind of swung by with some motorized and grabbed Tokyo. That didn't take too long at all. So what's left? Sapporo? Oh, good lord. You're going to make me go all the way up to Ainu? That feels like it's going to take too long. Come on. You've got to be close to capitulating at this point. I mean, really, though. Japan is 89% of the way towards capitulation. So if I can just grab at least a couple more of these victory points, we should be fine, right? So why don't you guys just push? Just push all the way up to those... Oh, there we go. Push all the way up to those victory points, and we can end this thing. Oh, good lord. What are we missing next? More air superiority. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, just go for the air superiority. There's no... What good is ground support to you? If you don't have the air superiority to actually keep those planes in the air, it's not going to do much for you at all, is it? No, of course it's not. And there we go. Japan capitulates. Which means we finally can be done with all of this nonsense. Okay. Okay. Wow, that was a lot of war participants there. We're just going to casually take all Japanese states, because I feel like it. I'm also going to casually take all nationalist Spain states, because, hey, makes sense for Western Europe. What else do I want? The third Guangxi clique? Sure, I'll take all your states too. Oh, can't take all that. Okay, hang on. End turn. Pass. Can't take all states anymore. Communist China's trying to take stuff. Of course they are. Alright, fine. Well, I guess I'll just manually grab all this nonsense. Go ahead and take whatever you want, Communist China. Go ahead. I promise you, you won't get to enjoy it for very long. But I appreciate your spunk and can-do attitude. Just grab all this nonsense over here. The new Mongol Empire, okay, and turn, so all that's done. El Salvador. I mean, I guess I could take some of this, or we could take him as, you know what, I'm definitely going to take Venezuela's oil. And you know what, Peru has oil and stuff too. I'll just eat all of it. Sure. So what else is left then? There's a little bit up over here we need to grab. So you're going to get eaten. Venezuela's done. Peru's done. So that leaves this little guy right here. This is El Salvador. Okay. So we're going to end turns, and that is it. That's the end of the war. Okay, I assume the Mexican Republic gets to keep all their states, and yes, indeed they do, so that's it. Wow, okay, that improves the border gore a little bit now, don't it? Still need to deal with the Soviets, so I'm just going to do a quick mass order over here and say just crush, crush, and crush some more. But frickin' ba-boom, there we go. Hey, we even have some spare convoys for transporting my troops around. Oh, that's just glorious. Okay, well then let's just go ahead and prepare for a casual war against Communist China. And then we'll start the mass transit, getting them all the way back to Europe so we can go and fight Italy. So the only war that we are currently in is indeed the Soviet and German war. So once we finish off with that, we will technically be at peace, at least until I can finish my justification here against China. Bulgaria actually used to be involved in that war with Japan, and they actually got more or less untouched. So they're actually going to survive this whole debacle, which I do find to be hilarious. But even so. All right, well, let's just go ahead and finish off the Soviets and then transport some troops. Well, we are almost ready to reduce the autonomy of India yet again from a colony down to a proper puppet. Turns out doing a lot of construction projects certainly speeds things up a pretty dramatic amount. Now, one more day should do it, and there we go. Spend 50, and now they are a puppet. Now we just need to make them an integrated puppet. Good lord, we're really having to plow through this, aren't we? We'll also annex Afghanistan while we're at it, just because I like to just go ahead and clear that out of the border gore a little bit. All right, troops are in position at this point, I think. Well, no, almost there. They're almost in position to attack Communist China. Anything else in particular I feel like doing? I guess we can go ahead and research the extra cruiser hull. Will I use it? No, but it'll look pretty cool. And I'd like to see, you know, just how many more building slots some of these ships end up having on them. I just feel like that could be kind of fun. All right, so if the rest of you guys are more or less in position, what else should we do? Let's protect the Suez or something, I guess. Sure, and Soviet Union is dead. I'm just going to take all states. Sorry, Germany, I know you declared the war, but I want it. And there we go, my font looks ever greater. Oh, it's beautiful. I probably should not be playing Hearts of Iron 4 like a map painter. But I just can't help myself. I have to play it like a map painter. All right, are we ready to kill Communist China? I think we're ready to go ahead and kill Communist China. But frickin' boom, go, go, go. So we'll tell you to make your move. Green, you go make your move. And who else do we have? You? Yes, you go ahead and make your move. All right, can he withstand against me? And the answer is a resounding freaking no. Communist China is absolutely going to die. Case in point, I think we're about to grab his capital, and that should take me all the way, I think. I don't know if he has any more victory points after this, so that should be the end of Communist China right over there. Boom. Okay, perfect. So we got to eat all of your states as well, which of course means that I just get to consolidate my font even larger than before. Okay, I think we are about ready to lower the autonomy of India once again. Perfect. Spend another 50 power like so. And we could spend 300 going ahead and annexing King George's land, which at this point, I don't see any reason really not to. Let's just go ahead and do it. Boom. King George's land is now part of Great Britain. It is indeed King George's land, but now it shall belong to all of the British people. Because that's just the way we roll. All right, so protecting the Suez will be done as of in 2 days. One more day. There it is. Perfect. Now can we go to the Imperial Federation? Yes, we can. So in 70 days, we will officially annex all of our dominions and do the tag switch. That is exciting. Let's go ahead and declare our war against Italy and Romania. We have all of our troops in position at this point. We will call in our allies. And ba-boom, once again, we find ourselves at war, now with the kingdoms of Italy and Romania. Right off the bat, things are looking a teensy-weensy bit hairy. We are starting to push through, I think, a little bit of the mountain ranges west of Milan. which seem to be working a-okay thus far. Let's go ahead and bring all these planes back home, of course, because we are going to need to do some air support in the Alpine region. Romania has a lot of reinforcements from Italy, but it looks like we are able to withstand some of their early assaults. The question is, can we make good use of the counterattack? And so far, not fantastically. I have a lot of fallback lines sitting here, so I can just kind of shuffle in different armies as needed. But without really good tanks in the area, we don't seem to be making a ton of headway. Over here, on the other hand, if it weren't for the fact that we're having some attrition, we probably would be doing a lot better. We have mechanized, ensuring that we're not taking too much damage and we can sustain our pushes, and some rounds of tanks to break through their front line. But it's still proving to be just a little bit difficult. You know, I should probably have done, and I forgot about this, is bring our paratroopers back home, because we may need them to help break behind the front lines. Possibly. Let's go ahead and just set a garrison order there for now. They'll be on the way, and maybe we use them, maybe we don't. How are things looking down here by Ethiopia? So far, so dang good. I don't think that he has much in the way of defense here. They're probably just small colonial divisions. I obviously can't tell because we don't have enough intelligence at the moment, but those are usually just like a couple of infantry divisions, really nothing too extraordinary over here. We are having some slight issues where the Italians are pushing west, and we're chasing right behind them. If we can get some of our own basic infantry colonial units over here just to entrench and slow them down until we can catch them up and do a hammer and anvil maneuver, that would obviously be for the best. Legionnaires Bulgaria declares a separate war entirely on Greece, which seems really mean-spirited if you were to ask me. Good lord, they do have a lot of troops over here. And Greece joins the Balkan Entente, which means they might indeed... Yep, there we go. They join in on the war against Romania and Italy. Well, fun. We get to take over yet another person. Whoop, the game just freaked out for a second there. Oh, Imperial Federation is done, and sure enough, we have the tag change. And you can tell because we are a slightly different shade of British red. And look at that, our flag has changed a little bit too. Oh, weird. It's kind of a mix between the Union Jack. Looks like, well, I think that's a symbol from the Indian flag, stuff from Australia/New Zealand and Canada. That's kind of cool. Wow, so a lot of stuff get integrated into this. It does make a lot of sense. We are now the super state. Fear us, kingdoms of Italy and Romania. You see, I've played CK2, and I know that I am now of a higher government rank. I'm a proper empire, and you are merely kingdoms. Rise of the Imperial Federation. In the face of global threats, the British governments have made a joint statement together with the governments of Canada, South Africa, India, Australia, and New Zealand that the British Commonwealth of Nations will be formalized with a new federal government structure. It is clear that a unification of the British Empire on this scale will undoubtedly have unprecedented consequences for the global scene, a great stride forward for our peoples. Beautiful. All right, so that's one major goal accomplished. We did indeed create a new form of a British Empire. Now, we just need to wrap these wars up, and slowly but surely, we are making some progress. Ah, good, we can build nukes now. All right, well, I do have a lot of free civilian factories with nothing in particular to do. Let's just go ahead and nuclearize Ireland and France. I hear France likes nuclear energy, right? They use that stuff all the time. It's perfectly safe. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. So let's just go ahead and build a bunch of those. Let's irradiate the Spaniards. And boom. Will I make use of nuclear bombs? Probably not, but we're going to go ahead and research the tech anyway, because no one's going to be sad to have a bomb on our side that's an instant KO win the war. Launch the naval invasion against Italy and Naples. I mean, we've got a bunch of tanks this time around, so hopefully we can land. Doesn't look like we are encountering any resistance, and ba-boom, we are here. Let's get to Taranto and grab all of these ports as quick as we can. Also pass through Messina, sorry, and basically all of Syracuse. All right, so that should distract them a fair bit. And if we have tanks pushing in from their southern half, well, then they're pretty much doomed. They are rushing some troops down here as fast as they can, but we'll see how well that works out for them in the meantime. There we go. Looks like we were able to split the forces of Italy into 2 groups here, so we should be able to push against Rome without any more reinforcements joining in on that fight. And with all these 40 combat with tanks coming in from the south, I mean, he's just crumbling. There's not a dang thing he can do. We're going to have Rome within the week at this point. How's Romania looking? We've managed to grab their capital. It looks like it has shifted over to Cluj, or however you're supposed to say that. Hey, cool. Another mechanized research done and over with. Let's go for a new support company just to get that extra engineering going. We do like to have the extra entrenchment value among other valuable things. Let's see. Any chance you guys can get some sort of a cutoff over here? Not without some sort of reinforcements, it does not appear. What if we throw in a combat with tank? 40 combat width? Doesn't say we're doing well, but you never know. That might change. In the meantime, we're just keeping them super duper distracted. Let's see. Anzio is going to fall momentarily. That goes down, and the tanks are going to push directly into Rome. Overrun. Beautiful. So Rome has fallen. Hey, there it is, the fall of Rome. And actually, it looks like Italy immediately capitulates. Beautiful. I think Italy usually relies on Rome and Palermo for their victory points. If you can grab both of those, usually pretty easy going from there. Let's set up a quick front line down over here. I want to push up towards Athens and such. As soon as Romania falls, I think this war is over, so I can get some sort of war score going against Greece. That would probably be ideal for me. I wouldn't mind eating all of Greece, you know, at the same time. But, hey, that's not a major goal. If I don't manage to do that before the end of the series, perfectly fine with me. The Kingdom of Romania has capitulated. Okay, so I guess now is that moment of truth. Does the war end, or do we now have to take on Greece? What are we fighting for? I gave a really good speech and made sure people didn't want to mutiny against my army. Oh, that's nice. All right, everyone's just going to push down toward Athens. And by everyone, I mean basically just everyone straight up from all sorts of armies. Forget these front lines nonsenses, right? We can overwhelm them with sheer bodies. That's the way you beat Hearts of Iron 4, right? No, not really, but still. Hey, look, the Netherlands landed in Greece. Well done, guys. And we should be able to just sneak in over here. There's no one really to defend. Thank you, Motorized, for being so gosh dang speedy. And we grabbed Athens. All right, well, I don't know what else is left at this point. I think we more or less have them down for the count. And that should be it, right? I mean, there cannot be much left. Unless there was another major war participant that I didn't know about. Who's not capitulated? It's just Greece. Wow, do you really have to grab, like, every single one of their victory points? I'm rather impressed. Apparently, Greece is a tough nut to crack. They got some serious war enthusiasm going on there. That should do it, right? There we go. There we go. Okay. Well, I'm not going to puppet Italy. Not a chance. I would rather just paint the map red. Let's go ahead and take all states over there. I'm going to take all states from Greece. I can't because apparently Bulgaria would like to get in on some of that action. All right, tell you what. Hang on. Let's not take all states from Italy. Let's instead focus on getting all of Greece and all of Romania. So Bulgaria doesn't get any ideas, and then I'm just going to kind of lock them in like so. And hopefully Bulgaria does not create an unnecessary amount of border gore. Let's see. Let's grab all that. There you go. Okay, end turn. Pass, pass, pass. I can't hit the take all states button anymore because it's all messed up. I really hate that, by the way. It should be just take all remaining states. Is that really so hard? I don't think so. All right, there goes Sicily, there goes Sardinia, and we'll just go ahead and take this land up here in Africa as well, so we can paint in more of that continent, grab the deserts, grab Ethiopia, and more. Ba-ba-ba-ba-boom. Oh, that's apparently too much. Okay, hang on. Okay, well, apparently Bulgaria decided they would like to take a puppet in Sardinia, which, you know what? I'm annoyed, but whatever. It's fine. It's just one little island in the Mediterranean. I'm not going to get all bent out of shape. In the meantime, that is where we're going to end our campaign. That was kind of fun. Do I think I learned enough about naval combat and man the guns? No, not at all. Part of that's my fault. Part of that is just because it's a little bit confusing and there's a lot of tweaking and I think it's going to take a lot more research than I'm able to give it to figure out how the optimal fleet composition is going to work out. But in the meantime, at least the new focus tree as a non-aligned England is certainly quite fun. Edward VIII, apparently, in this alternate history, would have conquered like 60-70% of the globe and like 90% of the world's population. Boom. In one glorious Imperial Federation. Quite lovely. Had a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys did too. I really appreciate the support you guys have been showing all along the way. It has not been lost on me, and it is greatly appreciated. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll consider hitting that like button. It really does help, and of course, leave a comment with your suggestions on what to do in the future. Subscribe if you have not already, and hit that notify bell for future notifications. My name is Pravus, and I will see you guys next time.